Here's what I realized about myself over these past few years. I've noticed that I've been able to connect with people a lot better. Like I've been able to make many more meaningful relationships in my life. And after the life of me couldn't figure out why. I was like, is it because I just have more energy as a person? I'm much more confident. Uh, is it just that I'm communicating with better people, more like-minded people? And I realized it's none of those things. I mean, okay, confidence does play a part. Confidence plays a part in all of that. But what I believe helped me was simply actually caring about people, actually giving a fuck about the conversation, not just wondering, how can I one up this person? How can I be more energetic than this person? How can I be more confident than this person? No, now I find myself genuinely caring about people. And that's an issue that a lot of people that I've interacted with, a lot of individuals that I've interacted with don't have. They don't necessarily care. It's always about them. There's some that are on the same wavelength as what we're talking about right now, but there's a lot that are just like, what about me? How can I make myself seem better? And what this is doing is actually making you less interesting of a person, because someone that's interested in listening to what you have to say, you're gonna find them much more interesting, you're gonna be much more gravitated to them, because you're like, wow, this person, they're so attentive. They must really care. Why does this person care? You don't know, but you're gonna figure out eventually. Maybe that's just the way they are, or they just genuinely care about people. You have better conversations when you care. Think about watching a movie that you don't really care about, and someone asks you after, how was the movie? And you go, it was good. It's the same thing when you're talking to someone. If you don't really care about them or anything they have to say, or if you don't care about people in general, when you talk to them or when they ask you a question, you're kind of going to be there like, you're looking around in space, not knowing what's going on. So that's another issue I used to find with myself. That's why those conversations didn't go well with me. That's why I didn't develop meaningful relationships, because when someone was talking to me and they would say something and they'd say, hey, so what's your opinion on this? And I'm just kind of like, I think you did the I think you did the right thing. I think this was a good idea, which is not really adding much to the conversation. Whereas if you go, yeah, I think that was good, but what I would do, or I think this was good because the way you did this, wow, it works because when I had something like that happen with me, you see what I'm saying? You're relating it to you, or you're simply giving them something to build off of. You're telling them the flaw in what they were doing, or in the conversation, what their plan was, any of that stuff. You're adding something to the conversation. When you add nothing, when you have nothing to add, it's like those people that comment on social media posts and they just go, agreed, which is not a problem. It helps the person, but it helps their post get out further. But when you just do that without any thought, imagine someone saying that to you in real life. Imagine someone saying they like this, they think this is better than that. They say vegetables are better than meat, and you just go, agreed. Nothing else to add to the conversation. It's not a discussion. So when you're talking to someone, actually care about them, okay? Actually care about people. And I know that really it really sounds crazy that that's something I have to say here, but trust me, once you start to really think, do you care about people when you speak to them? Or are you just listening so that you can one up them in the conversation? Are you just thinking, wow, I'm so much better than this? Try to care about someone. Try to see from their point of view. Try to imagine what they're possibly, not what they're wanting you to say, but what they are hoping you say and what you're thinking at the moment. Just say it in the most. Just be very interested. Just be interested. That's really all it is. It makes everything go so much better. That's how you form those relationships. Because if I'm talking to someone personally, if I feel that they're not interested in hearing what I'm saying, I'm gonna talk to them less. And you think I'm not gonna want to hang out with them afterwards. I'm not gonna want to go grab coffee with them. I'm not gonna want to go work out with them. I'm not gonna want to do any of these things. So if you are someone that struggles, like it may not even be that you're not interested in people. It may be that you're nervous. Hey, just just care. Just care. It's all right to be nervous. Everyone's a little nervous when meeting someone new, or thinking about forming relationships, but just let it happen. Just care about people. Be more interested in them. Be more interested in their life, what they have to say. Listen, don't think about one-upping them, and you're gonna be okay. Guys, I make content like this all the time. If you like what you heard, we want to hear more of that. Drop a like. Feel free to subscribe. Aptitude of Versatility out.